Here we go.
Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you're all well. You amazing, amazing, beautiful, wonderful people. It's me, and it's Christmas Cat. Say hello, Christmas Cat. Hello. Are you wanting to go as well? You're a little bit not wanting to run off as much as the other one, aren't you? But there you go. She looks like a massive snowball. Should have called her Snowball. No, that's River. Anyway, how are you guys? I hope you are all well. This is video 2 of possibly only 2 today, as I'm changing a few things, as usual, because I've got ADHD and I can't keep anything the same at all, ever. When you know, you know. Anyway, what we talked about in video 1, if you didn't see it, you better go and watch it. You better go and watch it. We talked about Roger Norris and the fact that he is not allowed to sit with them at the wedding. He is not going, and why that potentially is. But look, I'm going to do this video because off the back end of the family telling Roger that he is not allowed to sit with them, I question whether Kate is still allowed to sit with them. Is she? Is she? Because look, at the end of the day, this is about who had a responsibility to Liam. Now, many people think that nobody did because Liam was an adult and he was able to make his own decisions and he chose to go down this path, and that's where it ended. So, bollocks to him. That's a lot of people's mentality, which sometimes I would say that that's right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Adults don't have a responsibility to other adults unless they put forward that they do have a responsibility, that they are actively part of that person's life and they are assisting them, and without them they would descend into chaos, and it's publicly making that known. Now, with Roger Norris, that is undeniable. Undeniable. The one thing that I do find confusing is apparently he had wrote a letter or an email saying, I'm out. I'm out. Like Dragon's Den. Brilliant idea, but I'm out. And that's what Roger Norris was apparently saying, that he was out. But he weren't out. He was in. Well in. In fact, that he was constantly visiting the hotel, and it would appear that he perhaps told the hotel not to ring.
Don't ring an ambulance, we'll just get him up in his room. I've given him loads of stuff, I don't want that coming out.
Possibly. My opinion. But then we have Kate. So Roger Norris, I think he had said that he was a responsible person in his life and he was involved in the care and found himself to be a positive person, and he had raised concern of Liam going somewhere where he wouldn't be. Is that fair? Is that a fair assumption? Let me know down below if you disagree. Then we have Kate. Kate's his girlfriend, and a lot of people have said quite rightfully, if you're a girlfriend or a partner, boyfriend, husband, wife of someone who is apparently a sniffhead, an addict, whatever, one of those, it can be very, very difficult, very, very challenging. And I'm not going to take that away. If you're somebody who is with somebody and they were suffering from anything, it can be a challenge. But guess what? You don't have a responsibility to stay with that person. You don't have a responsibility to stay with that person when you come into that relationship and realize where or what their demons are. Very early on, you should think to yourself, is this something that I am going to be able to deal with? Is this going to be something that I'm willing to accept as part of this person who I love? And you decide you love them. You fall in love with this person, and that person is not perfect. Now, Kate would come out off the back end of all this and say that they were planning on marrying, that they were going to get married, which to me, in my opinion, is indicative of someone who knows that he has demons, because you've apparently got a problem with Roger Norris. You know that things have been going on. Roger Norris' statement would suggest that things had been happening and being dealt with. We know that he had spent some time in rehabilitation, which Kate would have known. So at that point, she has made a decision to actively stay around, and we can only assume that that's because she loves Liam Payne. Definitely loves him. Because why else would you stay? Why else would you stay with somebody who has got these struggles, got these demons, unless you truly loved them? Especially being young, quite young, and able to go and find somebody else. You know, if you was really ugly and you just fell massively on your feet, and this good-looking guy who just happened to be a multi-millionaire had got hold of you, you'd be thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna stay." Because would you? I don't know. Would you class her as good looking? Did she land on her feet? Did she think that she could have? Yeah, she could have got someone else, couldn't she? So I can only assume that she loved Liam Payne and she was going to marry him. And if she had have married him, then guess what? She'd have been signing herself up to vows that would say, "Till death do us part," which is a contract. It is a binding contract that puts people together and says, "Look, I'm going to be with you. I'm going to be with you through everything. I'm going to be there." And when there's times in your life when it is too difficult for you to walk, I'm going to pick you up and carry you. Like the is it the footprints poem with footprints in the sand, a God reference? Why did you leave me at my times of trouble? Because there was only one footprint. You weren't beside me. That's when I carried you. And that's what this is trying to represent. Till death us do part, to be with somebody. But what did Kate do? What did Kate do? It would suggest that literally 2 days before Liam was due to get his visa and leave immediately, she was gone. So I have to ask the question. The question has to be asked, why is it that 2 days before you was due to leave anyway, when you've been there all that time, you just couldn't wait 2 additional days? 2 days. And it just so happened that after you left, Liam descended into utter chaos, apparently. Utter chaos, apparently. And that's what I struggle with. I look at multiple photographs of Liam and Kate together, and there was just something about staring at that girl and trying to determine whether she is the doting lover of Liam Payne, someone who is the future wife, happy to be beside him, in awe of him. And I don't see it. There's a vacantness there. Is that a word even? Vacantness. There is now. I've made it up. But it is. There's just this vacant look of, I'm here and I'm in this photograph, but there doesn't look like there's any love there. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. But I personally, I don't see it. And I have to question if Kate truly deserves to be at the funeral and to be treated in a way that would suggest that she was deserved of that position, to be accepted into the tent, so to speak, you know, the inner circle, like in Meet the Fockers. Inner circle, come in. Does she deserve to be in the inner circle, or doesn't she? Because in my personal opinion, I don't think she does. She, at the point where she is talking about marriage, future marriage, and being absolutely distraught and devastated and heartbroken, and it's a dark day, and all of this sort of stuff, I then can't. I said this before. The actions of the individual doesn't match the feelings that you're trying to project that you felt. To me, 2 people facilitated in Liam Payne's death. 2 people. And that was Roger Norris and his girlfriend, Kate. That's my opinion. And until I see anything else, that's how it's going to stay. Now, I don't know whether you're on the same page as me, but that's how it is. That's how I've concluded. And in terms of a conclusion, what do I think happened? At this stage, I don't know. There is seriously indicators in what happened to suggest that this was premeditated. They knew that he was volatile, that he was vulnerable, and they leveraged everything that they knew would push this young man over the edge. Now, could I be wrong? Of course I could. Of course I could. But even if you want to blame Liam and say that he did this to himself, he still couldn't have done it on his own. Someone must have facilitated it. Let me know down below what you think, and I'll catch you all in the next one.